Urgent! Liverpool's ambitious £80 million signing may be in progress. Alexander Isak moves into position for a Liverpool transfer as Newcastle launch a record-breaking bid for Hugo Ekitike. Milan is ready to spend €60 million as Liverpool considers the transfer offer. Welcome to your go-to news channel for the greatest football club in the world. English forward Anthony Gordon, a standout for Newcastle United and one of the Premier League's most promising young talents, is once again a target for Liverpool. The Reds' interest is nothing new. The club already attempted to sign him during the last transfer window, but Newcastle managed to keep him by selling other players instead. Now, however, the situation has changed. Newcastle needs to sell in order to invest, and Gordon could be their most valuable bargaining chip. According to the English press, Newcastle would be willing to negotiate for a fee of around £80 million. It's a significant amount, but well within Liverpool's financial reach, especially if some departures go through. Luis Diaz has attracted strong interest from Saudi Arabian clubs and from Napoli, while Darwin Nunez is also being linked with potential moves. A Diaz departure in particular would open up a spot on the left wing, the position where Gordon shines most naturally. Moreover, Gordon's profile fits perfectly with the playing style of manager Arne Slot. He is fast, skillful, aggressive in one-on-one situations, and has a nose for goal. At 23 years old, he brings immediate impact and has plenty of potential for development, traits that align with Liverpool's recruitment strategy. Another factor pushing Gordon closer to the exit is Newcastle's current activity in the transfer market. The club is targeting French striker Hugo Ekitike, and there are reports in Germany suggesting that Newcastle wants to pair him with Alexander Isak in a new attacking setup. This move suggests a tactical shift and also increases financial pressure on the club. According to the Chronicle, Newcastle's board understands that in order to afford a signing like Ekitike, who has a release clause of £86 million, they may need to sell key players. While Newcastle insists that Isak is not for sale, other names could be moved, and Gordon, as one of the squad's most valuable assets, may be the most logical choice. With the need to balance the books and reinforce the front line, selling then number 10 could be the most strategic option. On Liverpool's side, the club has already shown it's willing to make big investments. The recent signing of Florian Wirtz for £100 million was the most expensive in the club's history. Despite this major outlay, Liverpool remains financially stable. Last season ended in profit, and further funds could be raised if high-profile players are sold. Even after winning the Premier League, there's a sense that the attacking department could still be improved. Some players, such as Darwin Nunez, haven't fully adapted to Slot's system. That's why the Reds remain in search of a more complete and decisive attacker. And Gordon may be the ideal name to fill that role. With all these factors, the stage is set for a major move. Newcastle needs to sell. Gordon is highly valued and available. Liverpool has a long-standing interest, room in the squad, and the funds to make it happen. If the club truly wants the English winger, now may be the perfect time to strike a deal. An opportunity like this won't remain open for long. Liverpool knows that and could act fast. Meanwhile, Anthony Gordon remains firmly on Liverpool's radar, but another Newcastle United name may be even more closely tied to the Reds' transfer plans: Alexander Isak. The Swedish striker, who netted 23 goals last Premier League season, is Newcastle's top performer and has caught the attention of Anfield. That interest is intensifying as Newcastle moves forward with a concrete attempt to sign Hugo Ekitike, the young Eintracht Frankfurt forward. This move could pave the way for Isak's potential departure, and Liverpool is watching this development closely. Newcastle has made it clear they want to strengthen their attack following the departure of Callum Wilson. Ekitike, 23, shone in the Bundesliga with 22 goals and 12 assists in 48 matches, playing a crucial role in securing Champions League qualification for Frankfurt. His performances have drawn the attention of several top European clubs, including Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester United. However, Newcastle appears to be the leading race for his signature.
The club has already held talks with Frankfurt during a preseason trip to Austria and has stepped up discussions in recent days, as reported by Sky Sports. The French striker is under contract until 2029 and has a release clause set at €100 million, around £86 million. Frankfurt is in a strong negotiating position, aware of the demand and the player's rising market value. Newcastle is attempting to lower the fee to about €75 million or £65 million. But even that would represent one of the most expensive signings in the club's history. The fee would surpass the £63 million paid for Isak when he was signed from Real Sociedad in 2022. All of this raises serious questions about Isak's future. According to The Athletic, signing Ekitike without offsetting the cost through the sale of another major player could cause problems with Premier League profit and sustainability rules. Newcastle has already spent £55 million on Anthony Elanga from Nottingham Forest and still has Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon, and Jacob Murphy in the wide areas. With so many attacking players and such a large investment in a new striker, a significant reshuffle in the squad appears likely. Manager Eddie Howe still believes he can field both Isak and Ekitike together, which would require a notable tactical shift. So far, Isak has been the main striker and one of the Premier League's most effective attackers. But with Elanga already in and Ekitike possibly arriving, the room for adjustments is shrinking. And if Newcastle needs to raise funds, Isak could be one of the first names on the table for a high-value sale. Liverpool is once again in the running for Swedish forward Alexander Isak as they search for a new striker. With uncertainty around Darwin Nunez' future and possible departures like Luis Diaz, the Reds have the budget and squad space for a major signing. Isak's skills fit perfectly with Arne Slot's system. Having shown willingness to spend big, as seen with Florian Wirtz's £100 million transfer, Liverpool is financially ready to act if Isak becomes available. Fans should watch closely, as Ekiteke's move to Newcastle could pave the way for Isak's transfer to Liverpool.
Darwin Nunez's future has just taken another important turn. Milan, one of the giants of Serie A, has submitted a €60 million offer for the Uruguayan forward from Liverpool, according to information released by the Ariayadi portal. The offer comes just days after Napoli, which was leading the race to sign Núñez, apparently withdrew from the deal. This places the Milan club among the favorites in the race, alongside Saudi Arabia's Al Hilal. Núñez had been strongly linked to Napoli, which reportedly offered €50 million fixed plus €5 million in bonuses. However, Liverpool considered the offer insufficient. Journalist Fabrizio Romano confirmed that the amount would never be accepted by the Reds' management. According to him, Napoli knew that with that sum, there would be no agreement. Faced with Liverpool's firm valuation, the Italian club stepped back and turned its attention to Lorenzo Luca from Udinese, a more affordable striker with an estimated cost of €34 million. With Napoli out of the race, the path has become clearer for Milan. The Rossoneri's proposal is closer to what Liverpool seeks to release Darwin Nunez, both in direct value and the possibility of including performance-based add-ons. Milan has already shown concrete interest and believes it can close the deal in the coming days. Meanwhile, Al Hilal continues to watch closely. The Saudi club has shown strong interest in Núñez throughout the European summer and may enter the race with a counteroffer, further increasing competition. In this scenario, Liverpool now has at least two real selling options, putting the club in a strategic position to decide the player's future. Darwin Nunez's name has been one of the most talked about during the transfer window. After an inconsistent season under Arne Slot's management, there's a growing perception within the club that a fresh start could be positive for all parties involved. Although the forward has scored important goals, his lack of consistency and rushed decisions on the pitch have raised doubts. Darwin Nunez is a player of great commitment and energy, but his development in decision-making and finishing has fallen short of expectations. His chaotic style exposes technical and tactical limitations, and the fans' patience is running thin. Milan's €60 million offer may represent the end of a cycle at Liverpool, opening space for the arrival of a new striker better suited to Arne Slot's system.
The transfer window is open, clubs are moving, and Darwin Nunez seems increasingly close to leaving. Liverpool has a clear chance to start a new, stronger phase more in line with the playing style of their new coach. The decision should be made soon. Thank you very much for watching until here. See you next time.